Good evening, everybody. The meeting of the Committee on Student Achievement and School Innovation of the Board of School Directors will please come to order. Will the Secretary please call the roll?
Director Ferguson.
Present.
Director Fonz.
Here.
Director Herndon.
Present.
Director Vinoy.
Here.
And Chair Seamson.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited at our previous meeting, so we won't be reciting that right now. This meeting is being conducted from Central Services Building. This meeting is also being broadcast on the MPS YouTube stream, the link to which may be found on the MPS website on the broadcast page. Before we begin tonight's meeting, we have a short announcement regarding interpretation services for the Spanish-speaking members of our audience.
Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a la Junta de la Mesa Directiva de las Escuelas Públicas de Milwaukee. Si desea escuchar esta reunión en español, por favor llame al 312-626-6799 e introduzca el número de reunión 832-0725-4267, seguido por el símbolo de número. Luego, introduzca el código 883149, seguido por el símbolo de número. Nuevamente, para escuchar esta reunión en español, llame al 312-626-6799 e introduzca el número de reunión 832-0725-4267, seguido por el símbolo de número. Luego, introduzca el código 883149, seguido por el símbolo de número.
Thank you. For each of our items of business, we will hold a discussion and public hearing. If you wish to speak, please fill out a speaker slip and bring it to our secretary, Dr. Owen Moore. We have no virtual speakers registered. The committee will accept public comments on tonight's agenda items. Speakers may only address the item for which they have registered. Questions from the public may not be answered during the public comment period. Following public comment, the committee will begin its discussion and no additional comments will be accepted. When you are called upon to speak, please state your name and spell your last name for the record. For the sake of fairness and to give everyone a chance to speak, the chair reserves the right to limit the length of time allowed to any one speaker. Written testimony will be accepted for transmittal to the board. Send this testimony to the Office of Board Governance, P.O. Box 2181, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53201-2181, or fax to 414-475-8071, or email it to governance@milwaukee.k12.wi.us. Now we have a very special first item. Madam Secretary, would you please announce it?
Madam Chair, item 1 is presentation of the 2025 MPS valedictorians and salutatorians. This is an informational item. No action will be taken.
I just want to say welcome to the students and their families who are here and present. This is like the best meeting of the year. Would administration please present the item?
Chair Seamson and members of the committee, Brenda Caselli as superintendent. This evening it is my incredible honor to recognize our valedictorians and salutatorians of the class of 2025. These outstanding students represent the success of academic achievement in our schools. Throughout their high school journey, they have exemplified dedication, resilience, and an exceptional commitment to excellence. Whether tackling challenges, coursework, participating in co-curriculars, or supporting their peers, these individuals have consistently gone above and beyond. Their accomplishments didn't happen overnight. They are the result of years filled with hard work, determination, and the courage to keep pushing forward, even when the path wasn't easy. We celebrate them not only for their impressive academic success this evening, but for their character, their leadership, their integrity, and their incredible resilience that they've shown along the way. I want to thank all of their incredible teachers who worked tirelessly to get them here, And also, I want to thank all of the parents in the audience and the parents and guardians and family members who maybe weren't able to come. I know that they're so proud of their students this evening. To assist in the recognition of our valedictorians and salutatorians, I am joined by Dr. Jennifer Smith, High School Regional Superintendent, who will announce our honorees as they come to the stage and take their stance. Students will remain standing until all students have taken the stage. So without further delay, I turn it over to Dr. Smith.
Good evening, Chair Simpson, members of the board. My name is Jennifer Smith, Regional Superintendent for the High School Region. As we come to the close of the 24-25 school year, I am proud to present to the board, our listening audience, and the city of Milwaukee, the valedictorians and salutatorians for the class of 2025. These students represent the best of more than 3,000 graduates this year. I will now read the names of the valedictorian and salutatorian for each school in alphabetical order. Those honorees that are here tonight will be invited to the stage and will remain on stage for a group photo at the end. The Alliance School of Milwaukee, valedictorian Jayla King, salutatorian Mahajanet Garner. Audubon Technology and Communications High School, valedictorian Alex Caswell and Caitlin S. Erkins. Salutatorian Luis Enrique Razo. Bayview High School, valedictorian Aiden Herr. Salutatorian Dejan Devick. Bradley Tech and Trade High School, valedictorian Gabrielle Fennel. Salutatorian Abu Ahmad Saeed Ahmad. Carmen High School Northwest Campus, valedictorian Curtis Corbett. Salutatorian Gabriella McManus. Carmen High School South Campus, valedictorian Lisbeth Valdez Mayorga. Salutatorian Orlando Garcia Alvarez. Carmen High School Southeast Campus, valedictorian Yurida Garcia Hernandez. Salutatorian Leslie Martin. Green Tree Preparatory Academy, valedictorian Maya Thompson. Salutatorian Damarian Ransom. Grappy High School, valedictorian Tavares Franklin. Salutatorian Kiwan Robinson. Alexander Hamilton High School, valedictorian Martin Ruvalcaba. Salutatorian Akil Moore. Hmong American Peace Academy, valedictorian Sylvia Zhang. Salutatorian Lydia Tao. Edward A. McDowell Montessori School, valedictorian Maya Gladney. Salutatorian Nathaniel Roberts. James Madison Academic Campus, valedictorian Lanaya Cash. Salutatorian Shalina Hudson. Milwaukee Marshall High School, valedictorian Taylor Fields. Salutatorian Darnaviana Robinson. Golda Meir School, valedictorian Alex Holzman. Salutatorian Samuel Frank. Milwaukee High School of the Arts, valedictorian Delia Bozick. Salutatorian Elizabeth Schulte. Milwaukee School of Languages, valedictorian Chase Nickel. Salutatorian Elsa Hendricks. Milwaukee Virtual Program, valedictorian Devin Minella Farley. Salutatorian Cameron Kubiak. North Division High School, valedictorian Luis Mascoro. Salutatorian Sonia Coffey. Barack Obama SCTE School, valedictorian Isaiah McCoy. Salutatorian Tyrese Price. Project Stay High School, valedictorian Jalea Madison. Salutatorian Bella Bogan. Casimir Pulaski High School, valedictorian Charisma Strike. Salutatorian Brenda Pichardo. Ronald Reagan High School, valedictorians Ahmed Mian, Alan Wynn, Chloe Quirk, Elise Mucker, Griffin McGarry, Kayla Gomez, Costanza Strip, Ladeep Carr, Luis Rojo, Luca Rico, Maeve Harrison, Marissa Taylor, Max Larson, Miles Pointer Mace, Riley Raymer, Truck Wynn, Veda Wagner, Will Berger, and Zora Penniger Davison. Riverside University High School, valedictorian Christian Childs, salutatorian April Cha. Rufus King International High School, valedictorians Navy Alston, Taylor Banks, Betsabeth Beltran, Finnegan Detzer, Owen Driscoll, Benjamin Elko, Miran Fusi, Manuel Ishag, Cameron Kerwin, Corbeau Martin Caldwell, Liliana Scannell, Torsten Theo, and Iris Yu. South Division High School, valedictorian Shukuru Wilanja, salutatorian Medard Ebasom. Transition High School, valedictorian Amori Jones, salutatorian Richard Harris. Harold S. Vinson High School of Agricultural Sciences, valedictorian Samia Bell, and salutatorians Cody Vang and Abshing Zhang. Washington High School, valedictorian Malik Jones and Jakaya Robinson Brooks, salutatorian. And the Wisconsin Conservatory of Lifelong Learning, valedictorian Summer Petrowiak and salutatorian Kamoria Kearney. Again, congratulations to all of those presented tonight. We are proud of the work that you have done and the young adults that you have become while attending Milwaukee Public Schools. We ask that you now join us for a moment of a group photo as we commemorate this event and all of your accomplishments while attending the Milwaukee Public Schools.
So just for the listening audience, we will be gathering for a little picture in the center of the stage.
And I can keep talking us through that while we do this. We are broadcasting on the radio, so it's important that we keep talking while we move to have this photo. But we're very proud of all of our valedictorians and salutatorians this evening. Proud parents in the audience, proud family members, siblings, and everyone here tonight to celebrate our graduates.
Dr. Owenmore, I will add to that and fill the silence and let all of our families know that following our group photo, we invite all of the valedictorians, salutatorians, family, friends, and guests to the cafeteria downstairs on the lower level where we do have refreshments, water, and some very special class of 2025 cookies to share with all of our honorees this evening.
Go ahead. Get in there. Our board members are now coming to join our valedictorians and salutatorians for this photo. Everyone is looking wonderful. And we are all so very proud. Please give a round of applause for the class of 2025. Our graduates are just moving over just a little bit so that we can get this picture on the stage. This is an extraordinary accomplishment to be the valedictorian or salutatorian of your high school. You should be very proud of this moment. Congratulations again to all of our 2025 graduates.
One of my kids graduated from there.
Our graduates are now moving off the stage, and we will begin back with our meeting once again. Families, community members, you are welcome to join the graduates down in the cafeteria for refreshments and class of 2025 cookies.
If we could just give them a round of applause as they're leaving the stage. Congratulations again for all of your accomplishments, and to families who have supported them along the way, who have done a lot of the hard work to get them through all of these years of their education. So for the listening audience, you're just missing lots of smiles and families who are very happy and celebrating their students who are being recognized tonight. All right, Madam Secretary, next item, please.
Madam Chair, the next item is transmittal of and possible action on the Achievement Gap Reduction Program's end of semester report. This is an informational item, and although it has been noticed for possible action, no action is required.
Would administration please present this item?
Madam Chair, members of the board, I'm Brenda Caselius, Superintendent. This evening, a report and presentation on the Achievement Gap Reduction Program will be presented by Ms. Allison Foyer. Following the presentation, we are prepared to answer any questions that you have. Thank you. Allison?
Good evening, Chair Simpson and members of the committee. I'm Allison Foyer, the Early Childhood Supervisor, and I'm here to provide an end-of-the-year report on the Achievement Gap Reduction Program. As such, this update is a contractual requirement mandated by the Department of Public Instruction for the AGR program. The goal of the Achievement Gap Reduction Program is to improve the academic outcomes for the neediest learners within 5-year-old kindergarten through 3rd grade. This expectation is in alignment with and supportive of the district's first priority of success, increasing academic achievement and accountability. The Achievement Gap Reduction Program supports our strategic plan and mission by increasing student achievement, thereby preparing our students for success in higher education, post-education opportunities, and work. The Achievement Gap Reduction, or AGR program, operates within 63 schools and 1 non-instrumentality charter school. The following are the demographics for this program. Currently, 10,813 students are enrolled, with 22.8% being English language learners, 24% receiving special education services, and 91% identified as economically disadvantaged. Overall, the majority of the students participating in AGR are either of Black or Hispanic descent. However, the program is diverse, with additional students reporting as American Indian, White, Asian, Hawaiian Pacific Isle, or 2 or more descents. AGR schools are located across all 5 MPS regions. District-wide, the AGR program implements 2 strategies: class size reduction in K-5 and instructional coaching for all students participating in the program, K-5 through 3rd grade. This program abides by the belief that gaps will close when teachers have the instructional supports available, which empower them to create high-quality environments and responsive classrooms, which in turn should result in increased student achievement. Thus, it is through the ambitious instruction district-wide focus that leaders, support staff, and teachers are provided a multi-level system of support in the areas of collaboration, balanced assessment, high-quality instruction, and culturally responsive practices within ELA and math. Both of these content areas are supported by the AGR office through multiple activities that support students as they work toward the proficiency of grade-level content in English language arts and math. These supports will be highlighted later in this presentation. As has been previously mentioned, the Achievement Gap Reduction, or AGR program, requires the school board to review the implementation and progress toward achieving performance objectives at the end of every semester. During Cycle 3 of the 24-25 school year, we conducted instructional walkthroughs in 633 K-5 through 2nd grade classrooms. The goal of these walkthroughs was to gather data aligned to the 3 levers of ambitious instruction: formative practices, explicit instruction, and student engagement. As you can see in the charts, 74% of the classrooms met or exceeded expectations for using district-approved, standard-based materials. That is a strong indicator of instructional quality. In addition, during 62% of the walkthroughs, students were actively engaged in discussions connected to the lesson, which is closely tied to improved learning outcomes. We also conducted targeted walkthroughs in 66 classrooms across 31 AGR schools, specifically focused on teacher-led small group instruction. These AGR-focused visits help us evaluate how instruction aligns with the goals of the grant, namely boosting student achievement and narrowing opportunity gaps. The most commonly observed activities in those classrooms were phonics, word work, and fluency instruction. Together, this data provides a real-time snapshot of what's happening in our classrooms. It informs how we shape coaching, professional development, and resource decisions. Ultimately, these insights are helping us build the right supports for teachers and students, not just for now, but in the next school year as well. This slide highlights our students' reading growth as measured by the STAR assessment from fall to spring of the 24-25 school year. We're seeing positive movement in key areas. First, there's been a noticeable increase in the percentage of students scoring on target or significantly above target, a clear sign that our instructional strategies and interventions are working. At the same time, we've seen a decrease in students scoring significantly below target, which means fewer students are performing well below grade level. This growth tells us that the supports in place, including early literacy efforts, small group instruction, and targeted interventions, are having a measurable impact. As we move forward, this data will guide our next steps in continuing to close reading gaps and push more students towards proficiency and beyond. Act 20 was enacted in July 2023 and is a legislative measure aimed at enhancing early literacy education across the state. As a part of this legislation, K-5 through 3rd grades are required to take a universal screening assessment 3 times a year. The Ames Web Plus screener was first administered this past winter and again in spring. Training for teachers was provided through our district learning management system during the months of December and January. Students that scored below the 25th percentile in winter received personalized reading plans targeted at improving outcomes. The data indicates that 24 of the AGR schools, which is 38%, increased their number of students scoring above the 25th percentile. We are encouraged by this small increase in spite of the fact that the training for this new assessment was in the form of a video due to limitations of professional development time. Most importantly, the time between testing windows was quite short, making it difficult for teachers to support the numerous students that fell under the 25th percentile on the assessment. However, this past spring, a 6-week coaching cycle was provided by district literacy coaches to 16 teachers, focusing on foundational literacy skills identified through the Winter Ames Web results. The coaching was grounded in Sweeney's student-centered coaching model, an evidence-based approach that shifts the focus from fixing teachers to partnering with them to design instruction that directly targets student outcomes. By taking a data-driven approach, the model enhances learning and efficacy for teachers, coaches, and most importantly, students. The results of the pilot showed that significant growth was observed in students' literacy skills. In the areas of letter identification and letter sounds, 37% of targeted students progressed out of the emergent category, and the developing category grew by 16%. Additionally, the percentage of students meeting proficiency improved by 100%, from 16 students initially meeting proficiency to 32 students, while those exceeding expectations increased by 19%. This slide shows student progress in mathematics based on the STAR Math Assessment, results from fall to spring during the 24-25 school year. We're encouraged to see an increase in the number of students scoring at or above target, which reflects improvements in overall math performance and instructional effectiveness. At the same time, we've achieved a decrease in the percentage of students scoring significantly below, which means fewer students are performing at the lowest levels. These trends show that our math interventions, coaching supports, and targeted instruction are making a measurable impact. As we continue into next year, this data will help us refine our strategies and ensure we're meeting the needs of all learners, especially those who need the most support. This slide highlights the impact of our math coaching efforts and partnerships with iReady and ST Math. First, the district saw a 10.36 percentage point increase in ST Math post-quiz scores, which is a strong indicator of student growth. Even more importantly, the effect size was a 0.41, well above the 0.25 threshold for statistical significance. That means these gains are not just promising, they're meaningful and measurable. To support this work, iReady specialists conducted 50 school visits with a focus on the Try It, Discuss It, Connect It instructional framework. This approach helps students build deep understanding by engaging in hands-on learning, meaningful math talk, and concept connections. Targeted goals were set at 30 schools and provided with customized support aligned to those goals. This allowed for focused improvement based on both classroom observations and student performance data. In terms of classroom-level support, we had 156 visits focused on counting collections, which is a powerful hands-on way to build number sense, especially in early grades. Additionally, 160 visits were focused on iReady Math, supporting both teachers and students in using the platform effectively. All AGR schools were supported with counting collections in iReady. 6-week coaching cycles were launched in 21 AGR schools, giving educators sustained, job-embedded support. Much of this coaching was integrated into professional learning communities where teachers collaborated, reflected, and applied what they were learning in real time. Altogether, this layered approach to math coaching is having a measurable impact both on instruction and on student learning outcomes. The AGR office continues to play a vital role in supporting both the instructional and operational direction of our district. From February 2025 through the end of the school year, our focus was on sustaining student learning and deepening instructional support through several key actions. First, we conducted a thorough analysis of Ames Web Plus, STAR, and walkthrough data, which allowed us to identify teachers in need of targeted support. As a result, district coaches worked with 33 AGR teachers, providing student-centered coaching focused on foundational literacy and math skills. Midway through the year, we transitioned to a student-centered coaching model after completing the necessary training. This model places students at the center of the work and supports teachers in the implementing high-leverage instructional practices that directly impact student outcomes. We also completed both district-wide and AGR-specific walkthroughs, with a continued emphasis on student engagement and small group instruction, two critical areas to improve achievement in early grades. To further support educators, we expanded our Google Classroom for AGR teachers, adding additional resources specifically designed to strengthen small group instruction. To date, 171 teachers and administrators have joined the classroom, and 89 have visited the classroom in the last 30 days. And finally, we are currently working on end-of-year strategy reports and processing AGR contract renewal applications for 64 schools, ensuring we're aligned and ready for continued support into the next school year. The data reveals a continued need for structured support to ensure that ambitious, high-leverage instructional strategies and interventions are implemented with fidelity and rigor in AGR classrooms. In response, the AGR office will collaborate with the Department of Research, Assessment, and Data, as well as reading and math content specialists to identify and implement stronger supports for teachers in these areas. To address these needs, the AGR program will take the following action steps in the upcoming school year. Continue providing district-wide professional development focused on effective small group instruction in both reading and math. Sustain district-wide and AGR-specific walkthroughs with an emphasis on student engagement and small group teaching practices. And expand and update the AGR Google Classroom, offering teachers access to additional tools, resources, and instructional guides. This concludes the update. At this time, the administration will respond to any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam Secretary, do any members of the public wish to make comments?
We have no speaker slips on this item.
Thank you. Do committee members wish to make comments or ask questions? I see none. I'll pass the gavel to Director Ferguson. I just wanted to ask a few questions. Thank you. So could you just, because we're using AIMS and STAR testing, could you just explain like who's getting, like the purpose of each and who would be getting AIMS testing versus STAR testing and how there might be some overlaps?
Administration?
Thank you. Chair Simpson, other members of the board, Allison Foyer, Early Childhood Supervisor. So the AIMS Web Plus is the screener, the diagnostic screener from, required by the state through Act 20, and that is K4 through third grade. STAR is currently used in first grade, the AGR classrooms first through third. And it is the progress monitoring tool that we use.
Right. Thank you. I wasn't sure if the AIMS was used in any way for progress. I know we use STAR for progress monitoring. I didn't know if AIMS was a part, part of progress monitoring, or was it just strictly the screening tool? So it sounds like it's just the screening tool.
Director Simpson, other members of the board, Allison Foyer, Early Childhood Supervisor. It is also so we use it also as a progress tool because we're creating the PRPs, the personalized reading plans with that. Okay. Also, we are using the data in the AGR office and other offices to support coaching, where coaching efforts would be, and other targeted support based on those scores.
Can I ask one more question?
Yep, follow up, please.
Thank you. So I know we talk a lot about the counting collections. I was wondering if we have any specific data as a district that we're tracking, maybe comparing classrooms that are using it versus not, or just looking at the data from that particular set of classrooms separately.
Director Simpson, other members of the board, Allison Foyer, Early Childhood Supervisor. We are tracking the data. Data wasn't available at the time for this report. They're still working on the end of the year data, which will have all that. Moving forward, though, next year we'll be tracking data throughout the year, and so therefore we will have those. Next year we'll be able to give that update as well.
Thank you so much. Those are all my questions.
Okay, you can have the gavel back.
Thank you so much, Director Ferguson. Do any other members of the committee wish to make comments or ask questions? All right, go ahead, Director Herndon. Yes?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. My question is simply, how do you expand the coaching to the staff in all of the schools that have those grade levels to improve their math and reading performance? Or do you have a plan? In other words, when school starts in the fall, how do we go about making those services accessible to all of our teachers?
Administration?
Madam Chair and Director Herndon, I think what we're going to be doing, and I mentioned it in the last board meeting that we were at, was that we anticipate getting the academic audit. And so we will be reconvening with our academic team and coming to the board with a full academic plan and vision for what we're going to be doing next year. So I'm going to ask for a little bit of patience as we get underneath the academic audit and refocus the district and bring coherence to our academic plan for the strategies moving forward.
Thank you. Any follow-up, Director Herndon? No, thank you. All right, thank you. Any other committee members? All right, seeing none, thank you very much for that update. And Madam Secretary, next item, please.
Madam Chair, that was the last item on this meeting's agenda.
Almost right on time. Just as a reminder, a meeting of the Committee on Accountability, Finance, and Personnel will begin shortly after this meeting adjourns. There being no further business before the committee, this meeting is adjourned.